All right, welcome to the Gym Lords Podcast. I am here with a very special guest, Terry Blachek. He is the co-founder of Orange Theory, CEO of Austin Fitness, correct?
Austin Fitness Group, yeah,
yes,
for
Austin
sure.
Fitness Group. And you have how many locations? How many Orange Theory locations?
We are the area developer for 6 different areas.
Yep.
We have 135 locations under our umbrella, but we actually own 62 of those.
Wow, that's amazing. He has an incredible story. I'm actually not going to get into it. We're going to do a slightly different, faster podcast because he's a very busy man. I want to be very careful of your time. So I'm going to hit you with 3 different questions. If that's
do my
cool.
best.
Okay, awesome. So the first question is, you've been in the fitness industry for a really long time. We just talked. You started literally from nothing.
Time,
you have a ton of experience.
God always grace him,
And
brother.
You started Orange Theory. You co-founded it. Knowing what you know now about the fitness industry, about Orange Theory, about what's happened with technology, if you could go back and change anything, what would you do differently, knowing what you know now?
For Orange Theory?
For Orange Theory specifically.
You know, Orange Theory was a phenomenon, actually. I mean, we had a great workout. Ellen had the workout, and Dave and Jerome, the other partners, were tremendous at franchising. We weren't even sure this thing was going to work. You know, there's a good story about how we got the name Orange Theory, but that's for another time. But I think, you know, what would we do differently? You know, initially we didn't have heart rate monitoring. The first 2 years we didn't do that. We started heart rate monitoring. We were all writing workout programs on grease boards. I mean, today you have templates and, you know, it's much more advanced. What would I have done differently? Probably for myself, I wouldn't have sold as many licenses, as many franchises. I would have owned more of the stores when
from a corporate level.
Well, from corporate, and for me personally, I would have owned more locations. What happens is you try to sell franchises to get the name and the brand out. You know that maybe you know this, maybe you don't. But you know, when we first got started, nobody knew who we were. They thought we were selling Orange Julius. They thought we were selling tennis balls. We started with the concept of these orange bikes all over town.
I remember it. I remember
that was my idea.
I loved it. I remember seeing them chained. I see them.
Well, you're a marketing guy, and marketing it's share a mind to share a market. People were talking about stuff.
What did I do? I Googled, what's this orange bike? And then all of a sudden I see Orange Theory.
Yeah, it's fun. I met a lady here in San Diego. I said, "How'd you hear about Orange Theory?" She said, "I saw those orange bikes." Yeah, it's funny.
I know, it's genius.
Any case. But you try to get your name out and you try to get the brand, and people called us Orange Therapy, right, for a long time. And honestly, in the COVID environment, that was a kind of a good thing because we all know that exercise is good physically, but it's also great for mental health. So Orange Therapy is a good...
that's a great way to be recognized as. Like, that's a phenomenal term.
But I wouldn't have sold as many licenses as at the beginning. I would have probably wanted to own more of it and try to work out some of the bugs, because as soon as you start selling licenses, you got franchisees out there, and everybody does things, even though you have a blueprint, and that's why you get in franchising, but everybody does things just a little bit different. But it just, honestly, it was a great concept. We didn't invent HIIT training, we didn't invent any of that. We just packaged heart rate monitoring, a great workout with treadmills and weights, a total body workout, and it turned out better than we thought. On a true story, we said if we could get 50 or 100 of these things open, we'd be pretty excited.
Wow.
Today we have over 1,500 stores. We're in 23 countries, 4 or 5 different languages. So
I was just on the website the other day, and you're no longer selling locations. You're selling like big areas, right? Like you shut it down right now for...
it's hard to get an Orange Theory Fitness in the U.S. You can get it internationally. Excuse me, but you can, in the U.S., there's still some spots, but not the really good spots.
It's hard to find, because I was doing some research and I was looking at it and I was like, wow. So going from a goal of 50 to 100 to now you literally can't get one in the U.S. basically.
It's hard, it's hard.
That's
you have to buy an existing one if somebody wanted to sell it.
That's incredible. Okay, cool. Next question. Knowing what you know now, you have a ton of experience, everything else. Like, what do you see as the biggest mistake that studio owners make that's keeping them from being successful and growing a very profitable gym business?
Well, this is going to be right up your alley, because you know, a lot of people think if you build it, they will come. For some reason, you know, fitness guys especially always think, I'm a great fitness guy, everybody believes what I believe, everybody's going to come to me with their checkbooks open, and that just doesn't happen. That's that's
it's field of dreams,
not realistic. Yeah, for sure. So I think the biggest mistake is really not focusing on the sales funnel, not focusing on the membership acquisition piece to understand members in the lead funnel, the leads to, we call them intros, but first visits, the conversion factor, understanding how the funnel really works. And it's really a math problem. It really comes down to being a math problem, is how many leads, how many intros, how many shows and what the conversion factor is. And I think a lot of people don't give that enough credit. And the reason they don't is because they love fitness. You know, sales is a dirty word to a fitness guy, right? Personal trainers think it's a dirty word. So, but I'll tell you what does work is when you start talking to personal trainers and you talk about changing lives. And getting people involved.
It's a status thing.
Yeah,
immediately.
that works. But I think the biggest mistake is not focusing on the funnel and on the importance of acquisition and also retention.
Real quick note on this. Yesterday we were talking and I was super impressed, and I love this because we preach data, knowing your sales metrics, knowing every piece of your business. And it was really impressive because yesterday you walked through and you knew your metrics from start to finish. You knew how many leads, you knew how many leads you knew exactly how many scheduled, you knew what the show rate was to the intros, you knew what the conversion was to the intros across multiple locations on average. You knew that right off, like right away. And a lot of people don't know that, but that's also the reason why you're successful.
Salespeople, business owners don't understand that, and if you can clear a path in people's mind about this is the path to follow, follow the path. It's like when you bake a cake, you know, there's a recipe. You guys have a recipe. Follow the damn recipe.
That's it. Yeah. Don't switch it up. Don't switch it up. I love it. All right, last question. Now I'll let you go.
I'm killing it here for you.
Dude, you're killing it for you. You're crushing it. I love it. This is literally exactly what we preach. So this is great that someone else is saying it.
Okay,
because I'm the one always saying it, and so now
there's no transaction. No money has exchanged.
No, I did not have to pay him anything to say all these things. This is great. Okay, so the last one is going to be what is next for Orange Theory in your mind? Like, what is your goal?
Yeah, you know, I think Orange Theory Fitness has evolved. I think what happened. You know, like I said, we started without heart rate monitoring. We started with grease board, whiteboards, and it's evolved. I think you're going to see us migrate more into the strength instead of. A lot of people look at Orange Theory and say, "Oh, it's a cardio workout. It's a cardio." It's really a total body workout. Half cardio, half strength. You know, coach inspired. Heart rate based interval training, but the reality is I think you're going to see us migrate over to more of the strength training and have more strength training components within our studios. It's certainly popular now. It's what people are looking for. You know, when the health club got started in the early days, there wasn't a lot of cardio. It was about a lot of the big bodybuilders that got together and they had a bunch of equipment in a small area, and that's our unique selling position. Still today, I believe the health and fitness business is unique with the strength training. It's not necessarily unique about cardio because during COVID, people could walk, they could run, they could
do
bike.
It all on their own.
They could do it all on their own. So they don't really need us for that. It's nice, but they don't need us for that. They really need us for the strength training. So you're going to see us evolve into strength training. I think we're always looking for more technology and data points. You're going to see some really cool things come out in the next 6 months from our app and how we use the data points and understanding your body better and how you respond to exercise. So
that's awesome.
Those are the big things.
That's genius on the strength and conditioning, though. I would say that's the biggest knock that I hear about Orange Theory is the lack of strength training. So if y'all can crush that, it will.
Well, we've already started. We have a 45-minute class of strength training class. We have that about twice a day right now, but you're going to see us migrate, I think, more to that.
That's awesome. Well, thank you, sir. I really appreciate this.
Okay.
This is awesome.
All right, man.
Thanks
Appreciate
for your
it.
time. Yeah.
Take care of these guys. These are good guys. If they come talking to you, knocking at your door, take advantage.
Oh, you heard it from the man. I did not have to pay him for that. So that was fantastic. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for listening. If you want to learn more about the gym business, like the Gym Lords and the Gym Business Podcast, all this stuff with this incredible guest, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Like this if you're on YouTube. Appreciate y'all, and we'll catch you on the next one.